Hello and welcome to Pensions Management Online. The vast majority of people entering retirement purchase an annuity as they require security above flexibility. Those who have more choices were faced with a compulsory purchase of an annuity at age 75 or the alternative of an 82% tax charge if they remained in income drawdown after that age. The new rules the government's introduced offer two new options called Flexible Drawdown and Cap Drawdown. And joining me today to discuss how they operate is Martin Tilley from SIP specialist Dentons. Hello, Martin.
Hello.
So, Martin, tell us, how do these new options work?
The existing regime already provided a degree of flexibility with phased retirement and unsecured pension, but as you rightly point out, there was capital loss at the end of the day. Capped drawdown is really an extension of the existing unsecured pension, but it addresses one key issue. The new Government Actuaries Department rates extend beyond age 75, so as is currently the regime, an individual, irrespective of age, couldn't draw more than around 9% of their fund per annum. The new GAD tables extend beyond age 75, and an 85-year-old, for example, could draw down around 15% of their fund.
So, people beyond 75 can draw down more money than before, but there'll still be some money left on death, won't there?
Yes, there will. They can draw the funds out at a much quicker rate, but on death, if there's a surviving spouse or dependent, they're able to continue an income to that individual and they'll pay tax at their marginal rate, or as an alternative they're able to take a lump sum less a single 55% tax charge.
Okay, so doesn't Flexible Drawdown go further though?
It does. Flexible drawdown can be accessed providing an individual can satisfy the requirements of the minimum income requirement, or MIR. This has been set at a level of £20,000 by the government, and we can use, in getting to that level of £20,000, any income derived from pension sources. That can be basic state pension, additional state pension, scheme pension, or an annuity purchased by capital from a registered pension scheme. What we can't use is individuals' interest, rent, dividends, or even an annuity that's been purchased out of personal capital.
So what happens once the evidence has been gathered by the advisor for the provision of MIR?
Once the provider has been satisfied that the minimum income requirements have been met, then effectively the fund can be distributed at rates and at times to suit the member. Effectively, in one extreme, it could be that the whole of the fund is distributed in one go. The downside to this is that the individual is going to pay tax at their marginal rate in the year in which they draw that income.
Traditional drawdown was only considered suitable for the wealthier client. So what kind of fund size are we talking about for Flexible Drawdown?
Well, I don't think the funds perhaps need to be as large as some commentators have expected. If we take an example of a 70-year-old male who might perhaps have a state pension in total of around £13,000, to reach the minimum income requirement of £20,000 he needs to acquire another £7,000 worth of income, which he can do through an annuity. An individual at that age on standard annuity rates would cost around about £82,000. So effectively, any fund in excess of that could be used with a flexible drawdown and taken out in one tranche.
To what extent are advisors up to speed with all the changes to drawdown then?
Well, I think it opens a new avenue for them to individuals who have previously been put off pensions by the potential capital loss at the far end, but in particular at the at-retirement market, where they're planning just before and just after incomes and where they're being taken from. Client circumstances will change, their attitude to risk will change, their health will change, and it's important for them to be close to their clients on a year-by-year basis to determine the appropriate place from which an income can be drawn. There are also income tax possibilities there, in that if the individual can draw the income as surplus income, it can be gifted away to the next generation, who themselves can then make pension contributions, obtain tax relief on those funds, and effectively we're moving pensions monies from the first generation to the second generation.
Martin Tilley, thank you very much.
Thank you.